Let us remember that we're in the holy presence of a loving God. Today, I want to pray for you guys because it's tough to follow all the rules and stay inside and not be with your friends that you'd always usually get to be with. So I would pray for patience and resilience from you guys so that everybody stays safe and healthy. Do any of you have any intentions? Okay, if there are no prayer intentions, St. John Baptist de La Salle, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever. Okay, so like I said earlier, we're going to take some notes on the topic from yesterday. And no es marzo, hoy es el 2 ¿de qué mes? El 2 de abril, exacto. De abril de 2020. Y el tema de hoy es los pronombres directos. All right. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I learned more grammar in my Spanish class than I ever learned in my English class. So who knows what a direct object is in a sentence? That's what I thought. Okay, that's okay, because I didn't know until I was probably in 10th grade either. In every sentence, there's a subject and there's a verb. And the subject and the verb always match because the subject is the person who does the action in a sentence and the verb is the action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in a lot of sentences, there's also a direct object, and that's the thing that the subject does the action to. It's a lot going on. But in the sentence, I throw the ball. What's the action?
Your throw.
Throw. Who's the subject?
The ball. I. Or I don't know.
I, because I throw. So I and the action, the person in the action, the subject and the action always go together. The object, the direct object, is the ball. It's getting thrown. Okay? We'll do a lot of examples. So a direct object is the thing receiving the action of a sentence in a sentence. Okay, so a direct object is the thing receiving the action in a sentence. And we're going to use that example. In this one, the ball is the direct object because it's not doing anything other than being thrown, but it's not taking any action. Do we agree? The ball's not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So in Spanish, that looks like yo tiro la pelota. I throw the ball. It's the same thing. Yo tiro la pelota. Okay. So many times, the direct object can be replaced by a direct object pronoun. And I'm going to abbreviate that as DOP. I'm going to abbreviate that as DOP probably in all of the notes. Okay? Direct object pronoun. So the point of direct object pronouns is to make sentences or statements less repetitive. Okay, so I throw the ball. You catch the ball. You throw the ball. I drop the ball. What's the direct object?
The ball.
The ball. In every single sentence, it's the ball. And these sentences sound super repetitive. What could we replace the ball with in English?
It.
It. I throw the ball, you catch it. You throw it, I drop it. And it still sounds repetitive, but at least it's shorter, if that makes sense. So in English, one of the direct object pronouns is it. There are a lot of them. But once you know what the direct object is, you can usually replace it in a conversation. So once we know that it's the ball, we can just start saying it because everybody in the conversation knows that it is the ball. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure we understand the grammar in English before we start introducing the Spanish. Okay, so here we go. Everyone's favorite thing, we get to make a chart. All right. So in English, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pretty much 7 because y'all, all of you, and all the yous kind of fall into the same thing. We pretty much have 7 direct object pronouns. In Spanish, there are 8 because we have to include masculine and feminine versions of them. So if you watch the video, you guys can help me fill in the chart. What would it be for me?
Me.
Me. And for you?
Te.
Te. For you and for him and for her, we have some variety. We have lo and we have la. If you're talking to someone in a formal way and you're saying you, as in and they're the direct object, so this is like a special occasion. If it's a man, you'd call him lo. If it's a woman, you'd call her la. Okay, so when Spanish speakers are telling like their grandparents that they love them, they would probably say lo amo for the grandpa and la amo for the grandma. And they're just using lo and la to show respect instead of te, because that would just be more close, you know? Let's keep going. For him, what will we have?
Lo.
Lo. And for her?
La.
La. And for an item, we could have lo or we could have la. And how would we decide?
If it's masculine or feminine.
If it's a masculine or feminine word, perfect. Yep. For us?
Nos.
Nos. And for y'all?
Os.
Os. And the same rules apply for all of you and for them as applied for these guys over here in terms of masculine and feminine. So if you're talking to a group of men, what would you say?
Los.
Los. And if it was a group of women?
Las.
Las. If you're talking about a group of men, los, or about a group of women, las. This them can be people or objects because it could either be a lot of hims, a lot of hers, or a lot of its for them, okay? I know it's confusing. All right. So let's get some good examples. Okay. Why don't we use, we'll just keep using the ball. Okay. So. Yo tiro la pelota. Tú coges la pelota. I throw the ball and you catch the ball. How can we make that shorter? I throw the ball and you catch
It.
it. Exactly. Yo tiro la pelota. Tú
Uh,
la
la
coges. The la pelota turns into la. And when we replace a direct object with a direct object pronoun, it moves around in the sentence. Okay, so let's look at that too. Placement. Placement. How many places can it go?
3.
3. Good memory, Jenny. 3 places. So it can be placed in front of a conjugated verb. This example applies right there. But let's use a different example. I call you, you answer me. No, that doesn't work. Why don't we say I read the book and you read it too? Okay. Yo leo el book. Yo leo el libro. Y tú, how would we replace el libro with a direct object pronoun?
Lo
Lo lees también. I read a book, you read it too. Okay, so that's the first place it can go. Here's the second place it can go, attached to the end of an infinitive verb. So, yo voy a leer el libro. Where's our infinitive verb there?
Leer
Leer. Tú vas a leerlo también. It can go someplace else in that sentence. Anyone else know where it could go?
Before it.
Before what?
Layer.
Not before
Javier.
leer. It can go in front of a conjugated verb or attached to the end of an infinitive verb. So it can't go in front of leer because leer is infinitive. But where could it go?
vas
In front of vas. Yep. In front of vas. So I'm gonna copy that one again and move it. So instead of leerlo, lo vas a leer. So it can move around. There's a lot of flexibility in Spanish that we don't have in English, because in English we can say you'll read it too, but we can't say it read too. Okay. But in Spanish we have a lot of flexibility. So it can be attached to the end of an infinitive verb, or it can be attached to the end of a gerund. Who remembers what a gerund is?
ing, like doing thing.
Yep, so ing in English, and what were our two endings in Spanish?
Ando and
Mhm.
yendo.
Perfect. Okay, so yo estoy leyendo el libro y tú estás leyéndolo también. I am reading the book and you are reading it too. And where else could that go?
Tú lo estás.
Exactly. Tú lo estás leyendo. So we can move it from the end of the gerund to right in front of the infinitive verb. It can go in either place, anytime. When you put it at the end of a gerund, you need to put an accent mark on either the E in yendo or the A in ando. And that's to preserve the pronunciation, okay? Because without the accent mark, it would say leyendolo, and we don't want that.
Miss Flaherty,
Yes.
I have another Zoom meeting in like 4 minutes.
Okay.
I think it's a test.
Okay. I know someone else told me they had a test too. So no worries. This is actually the end of the notes, and I was gonna give you guys a nice surprise. I'm not gonna give you a new assignment today. I'm gonna let you work on anything that's missing or needs to be corrected since the quarter ends tomorrow. So no new assignments today. If you understand everything we just went over, you're welcome to sign off. If you would like more examples, you can stay on.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I also have like
Adios.
a religion class, so.
All right. Is anybody gonna stay?
Yeah.
I just have one question, Miss Flaherty.
Okay.
Are these notes gonna be on? Because I joined late because I was in another Zoom meeting. So like, are these gonna be on Classroom or something?
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna put the video on YouTube and the notes on Classroom, and I'll link them both into one like post.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
I have another Zoom meeting too right now, so I have to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries.
Miss Flaherty, I should be fine if I just watch the YouTube video, right?
I think so.
All right.
Yep. And if you have questions, you can email me or we can do Google Hangout.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. What do we think? Anybody who is still hanging around? Do we have questions? Do we want more examples?
No, I don't have questions.
Jenny, you're good? You're just hanging
Yeah.
out? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stop sharing this document, but anybody who's still here, do we have questions?
No.
No. I wonder if they just walked away from their computers.
No,
No?
no, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just trying to learn more, absorb more.
Okay. Good deal. I'm just never sure when I don't
Early
hear
in the morning.
anything at all. What?
It's too early in the morning to be showing cameras.
Yeah, that's fine. I am with you on that. I didn't put mine on yesterday. But okay, so if you guys are good and you don't have questions, I am going to end the meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
Adios.